What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I bring to you some of the best athletes out there on the gridiron. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce a gentleman who is not only a three-star college football prospect going from high school. He'll be starting his freshman year this year at Vanderbilt. This dude is a DAWG. He's a dog. And no, he did not play for the Georgia Bulldogs. I first heard of him in one of Deestroying's videos. He actually won the whole challenge, man. He was the Great Wall of China, man. He was blocking folks, and they were not getting past him, man. And man, I was so impressed. I had to take and reach out. He's again three-star prospect, one of the best high school football players in all of Orlando, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take and introduce Joshua Raymond. Josh, how you doing today, man?
Great. I'm great. How are you?
Man, blessed, brother. Blessed, man. Thank you so much for taking and coming on, man. Before we get into your story, man, we're talking about the upcoming NCAA college football video game coming out. We got a bunch of cool stuff to talk about today.
Yeah.
But take us from the beginning, man. Where are you from, and what was it like growing up there?
Yeah. So, born and raised in Orlando, Florida. And once I was a kid, actually, it's crazy. I wasn't even supposed to be able to play football. Because when I was born with little holes in my heart. So I actually had an open heart surgery when I was 6 months old, and then from that I had scar tissue, so I had to get a second heart surgery when I was 6 years old, and then so two open heart surgeries, and then back then they would put like wires in your chest for your rib cage to grow back together, and all those snapped once I hit puberty in middle school. So I actually had to do like online school for a minute. I was kind of like bedbound, and then like towards the end of 8th grade, like that summer after, because COVID started coming around. When that came around, they found they saw the wires and they got them all removed. So then I just started playing ball.
Man, dude, that's crazy. So you almost didn't play football, literally.
Yeah, didn't play football. So yeah.
Man, what was the allure of football, man, that made you want to go out there and play?
Shoot, honestly, I think I just loved watching it on TV and stuff. I just love just the aggression and these guys look cool. Like Trent Williams, he's a dog, right? And I was like, dude, I want to be like that. So that's what really made me go out there and try it out.
Yeah, Trent is a goon, man. I love watching Trent, man. He's obviously they love seeing the quarterbacks and the receivers and the running backs, but he's one of them offensive linemen, man. He keeps the game fun and exciting. Like literally watch the left side of the line and watch what he does.
Yeah.
He makes people look silly. But being from Florida, did you have a favorite NFL team growing up?
Honestly, not really, because I grew up playing soccer. Because my dad's Haitian, so we didn't really have football in the household a whole bunch. So then starting growing up in high school, I took after the Tampa Bays, but I really like the linemen on the teams. I don't even look at the receivers for them. So yeah.
Yeah. The Buccaneers got some good offensive linemen, man. They got I think his name's Cody Mock. The redhead dude looks like a Viking.
He's a dog.
Yeah, man. He's developing really nicely, man. And then even before him, there was Ryan Jensen. He was a Division II college football player, and he ended up going to become one of the best offensive linemen in the country and the whole league, blocking for Tom Brady, winning the Super Bowl, all that good stuff. And did some big things for sure, man. All right. So before we get into why you chose Vanderbilt, man, Deestroying, how did it happen? What was that whole experience like, man? What was your mentality going in there? Because you won the whole challenge, man.
Yeah.
What was that like?
So going into it the day before, Jake the Snake, I don't know if you know who he is. He's a 4-star D lineman. He's going off to IMG next year. And he's a dog. Me and him, we met because we both train at Trench Academy down here in Florida.
Okay.
That's how we met and got connected. And he calls me. He's like, "Yo, Deestroying's right in the area. He's doing this thing. We gotta go." I was like, "Okay, bet." So then we just went out there, we just went out there for fun. I didn't even think it was really gonna be nothing, right? But then once we started getting into it, I said that switch flip, and I was like, "I want this money." So we done took care of business out there, and it was sick.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Shout out to Deestroying, man. You know, he's obviously battling neck injury, so praying
Yeah,
for a speedy recovery for him. But the work that he does with these youth athletes, man, and a few of them have actually went on to become pro, which is pretty cool, man. And I love the work that he does, man, and very, very, very dope. I hope he continues to do it. I know he's doing his pro football thing, man, but super dope. He still gives back for
yeah,
sure.
he's a great dude.
Absolutely, man. And an Orlando legend is himself too. So
Yeah, so
from
he's over there at UCF. So yeah,
definitely,
he's
man. So Vanderbilt, what schools were looking at you, man, and why Vanderbilt?
So I had it was honestly crazy. My recruiting, it was so fast from going from like going into my junior year. I had zero offers. Even at the end of my junior season, I had zero offers. I really had only one interest from USF. And then they were my first offer. USF, I got them. And then after that, I went to the Under Armour camp that was down here. Did real good on that. Ended up getting posted on Rivals for that. And then after that, that's when my recruitment kind of took off. And then I started getting this school and that school. And then Vanderbilt called, and they were my first big SEC Power Five offer. And then once I got into the hotel room on my visit, I had a bunch of coaches calling me saying, "Well, you got to come here next, Josh." Blah blah, this and that. Kansas offered me in the hotel room, and then that's when my whole phone just started blowing up, like Twitter DMs from like everybody, right? And then on the visit, they're just like, "Josh, that's gonna happen now that everybody knows who you are, but we found you first, Josh. We believe in you." And it just really felt like family there. Um,
Yeah.
coming off of that OV, and then later down the line, going into my senior season, I still had some interest from schools like UCF and Stanford, and
Mhm.
there was a battle between Vanderbilt and Stanford for a minute. Yeah, at the end of the season, at the end of my senior season, I took a visit out to Stanford. I really liked it there. It was close, but what made me really want to stick with Vanderbilt was the head coach, my offensive line coach, came down to my house after I had a rough conversation with them. I was like, I'm not feeling Vanderbilt as much as before, and they still came down. And then the head coach is in my house while we're eating dinner, and he breaks the news that I got invited to the Under Armour game that ESPN called. And then I was like, they called on Monday, and I basically decommitted from them later that night. So they could have like went back to them and had bad blood with me and said, "Oh, you don't want them," but they just showed love the whole time, and that really meant something.
Predictions for the record for Vanderbilt, man. What are your record predictions for the year, man?
Oh, you know what? We are a different team than last year. We are a different mentality. I think last year we had problems on the team with this new coaching staff, and with what one thing that Vanderbilt always needed was a leader. Diego, our new quarterback, dude,
Yeah.
he's the leader. He's a stud. When we were in conditioning, we had to all lock arms and we all had to lunge 50 yards across the field, and he's giving us the up down go. Like he could is crazy. Like he commanded the whole team off of him. Um, I think we're gonna do good. I think we're gonna do a lot better this year. I can't give you an exact record, but I know we're going way better than 2-0. I'll tell you that, or way better than just winning 2 games this year. So I'm gonna let that be.
Okay, I love it, man. Hey, creating something beautiful over in Vandy, man. I love it. What was the draw about Nashville that you liked?
Man, Nashville's cool, but honestly, I was focused on more football wise. Like
Yeah,
how fast can I develop and get on the field, and I wanted someone who believes in my talent because I wasn't like the biggest lineman, right? And I was young to football, I really my first time playing was I didn't really get a freshman season. So I came in sophomore year, and then I just wanted someone that could see that I have room to develop and want to grow me as a player.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I felt
I love.
like I could get there.
Yeah, and Vanderbilt. What's great about them, man? They have a long history of offensive linemen getting drafted in the NFL. Man,
Yeah.
they like long history. Now, you're a tackle in high school, correct?
Yep.
Are you looking to play tackle or guard or any other offensive line
Yeah.
position?
So right now, I'm at quick tackle. So,
Okay.
so like the way our line works is like the strong tackle, quick tackle. Sometimes we flip from the left side and right side, but I'm mostly left side. So yeah.
Okay, very cool, man. Now, talk to me about some of the work, because man, obviously, like a lot of eyes are on you, man. From the destroying video to what you put actually on the football tape on the field.
Yeah.
Again, you mentioned to go into Trench Academy. You mentioned to go into there's an Under Armour event that ESPN was hosting. So a lot of eyes are on you, man. What keeps you humble, and what are you doing in your training to take your game to the next level?
Um, Honestly, what keeps me humble is God. God saved my life because for a minute, I wasn't even supposed to be able to play football. God completely flipped my life, changed my life. I really study the Bible. I try to stay by His word because to God be the glory. For all the things that I'm gifted with. And then when it comes to work, I hate getting beat. I hate not being the best. I hate not being the one that's like when I line up on the line, I want to know that I worked harder than the person in front of me. I earned my spot more than he did. And I just love to work and I love to grind. So
I love that, man. I love that. Thank you for sharing your faith, man. I'm a Christian myself too, man. And
sir.
without Christ, I'm nothing, dude. I am dirt. Like, so praise the Lord, dude. That's awesome, man. And then I always love asking this question, man. When it comes to offense, people just think that you go out there and for the person who didn't play football, who's not fully educated, is hike, and then you put your hands up to block. In
Yeah.
reality, there's a whole lot more to that, right? Um, is there a favorite type of offense that you like that you feel that makes your skills pop a little bit more?
Um, Me personally, I love pulling. Any open space I can be in, I love the movement. Because that's the biggest thing with me. I'm athletic.
Yeah.
I love being able to move. In pass pro, I love pass pro because it's like a chess game with the D lineman across from you, right? Are they lined up here? Are they got this hand in the ground? So
Mhm.
watch. I love it. I love pass pro. So yeah.
I love it, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. You mentioned about Trent Williams earlier. Are there any other players you also model your game after?
Oh, definitely Jason Kelsey too. His whole mentality and just the aggression from when he comes off the ball is
Mhm,
like no other. Like you can look at the film from him, dude.
mhm.
He snaps off the ball with a mentality, and he's coming straight down to punch you in your jaw. So he's a stud too. So yeah.
Yeah, future Hall of Famer too, man. So he had a amazing career. There's a little part of me that thinks that hey, if Eagles are looking real good before the playoffs, he may come back, but I don't know. He may also really be retired.
Man, he's done. He's done, man.
He's done.
Yeah.
I love his podcast, man. This podcast is awesome too.
Yeah. Hey, there's some clowns on that podcast, man. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because you got a few NFL players who are like, the podcasts are not that great, but he's actually really funny, and with all the
Yeah.
different stories, he can just talk about whatever, and it's hilarious,
Yeah.
So
It's funny. So yeah.
that's awesome, man. NIL, man. You see, NIL, in my opinion, is a beautiful thing, dude. I know
Yeah.
some people, so some grumpy grandpas don't like it. I love it, man. How do you feel that NIL is changing the landscape for college football sports?
Um, I think there's some good and there's some bad to it.
Yeah,
I think the bad part is sometimes it's harder to know that the person next to you is getting paid like maybe triple what you're getting paid. And then that kind of creates like a little rivalry, right? Like they're like, oh, why am I not getting paid as much as him? You know what I mean? But also for me, in my mind, is that I gotta earn it, right?
yeah,
Like I'm here to if you're being a dog in the field, the money will come, right?
yeah,
And that's how it really works. If I really want to, if I don't deserve it yet, I don't deserve to get $100,000 into my account. But once we go out there and I pancake the dude on Bama, right? Then
yeah,
that's starts coming, right? So I think it's good fuel to the fire. It helps players get more developed. And these honestly we deserve it, right? Like
yeah.
this college football is the grind. I was at Vanderbilt for a month and my whole body changed and it's I already feel it. I feel the strength difference and it's a grind, dude. Like I'm waking up at 5:30 every morning to go hit sled. So it's a
Man,
grind.
bro, I love your hunger, man, and your enthusiasm for the game is so contagious, man. Like I could see why Vanderbilt and all these schools wanted you, man. You're such a diamond in the rough. Not only what you put out on the field, but who you are as a person, man. So cool, man.
Appreciate
So yes, sir. And then one of my last questions here today. Man, the biggest football game of the decade is coming out, man. Literally in 2 weeks from now. College football 2025 coming out. So are you plan on getting it? What are some of your plans with the game?
Yeah, I actually got the email 2 days ago that I'm gonna be in the game. So that was dude, that was stoked to see that. Can't wait for it to come out. Can't wait to build a dynasty. And I want to get my ranking up. I know they're gonna do me wrong already with the
Overall 50.
I already know, man. But they just gonna underrate me for now until I go make a name for myself. So,
that's cool, man. Do they take a picture? Did you just kind of throw a random face in there at all? Or
I have no idea how it works yet. So because I just
okay.
but I will let you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's interesting, man. I remember, I think it was Madden 02 or Madden 03. They had Donovan McNabb. He was like super duper light skin. You have people they don't look like how they're supposed to. So, yeah. But I also know it's 2024. There's a PS5 now, and just the world has changed a lot. So, very, very, very exciting. Well, Josh, man, thank you so much for taking and coming on the show, man. Such a blessing to talk to athletes, man. And I'm so excited for your journey, man. You're inspiring so many people, more than probably even And dude, keep praying, keep that faith that you're talking about, man. Keep having faith in God and keep working. Before we go, man, any shout outs?
Shout out to Trench Academy, definitely. Shout out to God, and shout out to my parents for having to deal with all this. From going into hospital rooms from 3 a.m. to now driving 10 hours to go see me play Bama. So
I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Josh Raymond. Comment below. Let us know how this interview made you feel. Also, as well, if you want to follow him on social media, go to the description of this video. I'm going to have all of his socials there below. Give him a follow. Get inspired because this story is just now beginning. We'll see y'all next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.